Happy Sunday. It is 8 o'clock as we take a live look out over Elitch Gardens and Empower Field, where later today the Broncos will be playing the Panthers. Kickoff set for 2:25, and it's going to be a warm day if you're going to that game. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Erica Lopez. Meteorologist Chris Spears with us this morning to talk about that forecast. We are in for some gorgeous football weather today.
I tell you, the whole season, all the home games have just been spectacular, and we have another day like that in store for you today. Well above normal, dry conditions, a little bit of wind maybe from time to time. Clear out there right now, but you are going to see the clouds increasing later today as a storm gets closer to Colorado. Very warm today, tomorrow. Fire danger, sadly, is on the rise. It'll peak tomorrow, so some concern there. And then Monday night into Tuesday, our storm drops our temperatures and brings some rain and snow. 30s and 40s for the most part on the eastern plains and western slope this morning. Teens and 20s in the high country. In Denver, officially at the airport, we are 48 degrees on our way to the upper 70s today. Really everyone along and east of I-25, 70s to near 80, well into the 60s in the high country with 70s out on the western slope. It's all because of this big ridge of high pressure, but it is breaking down and it will slide to the east. That'll open the door for a trough of low pressure, Erica, and this is the storm starting Tuesday. The full details in our forecast coming up.
All right, Chris, thank you. Right now, Denver police are investigating a deadly crash between a driver and a pedestrian. This happened late Saturday night at East Alameda and South Colorado Boulevard. A woman was declared dead at the scene. Right now, we don't have any details about the crash, but we have reached out to Denver police to get more information, and we will update you on air and online as we learn more. Also developing this morning, police in Thornton are investigating after a crash killed 4 people and sent another to the hospital. This happened Saturday evening at Thornton Parkway and Washington Street, not too far off I-25. Police say one of the cars caught fire, leading to 4 deaths. The driver of another car was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Right now, police have not said how that crash happened. Tough questions for Aurora leaders from Aurora residents. A town hall this weekend with the mayor and police chief included discussions of schools development and the ongoing false assertions the city has been taken over by a Venezuelan gang, a claim former President Trump has repeated at campaign rallies. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates was at that meeting and has the details.
The video is ingrained in the public consciousness. Armed young men in an Aurora apartment house. Former President Donald Trump has latched onto the video, repeatedly asserting that a Venezuela gang called Tren de Aragua, or TDA, controls the city. At a town hall Saturday, Aurora's new police chief, Todd Chamberlain, pushed back.
This city is not overrun by TDA. This city is not controlled by TDA. I'm going to stand up in front of you right now and say that is an incredibly false narrative.
Trump has repeated that narrative on the campaign trail, like during his October 11th visit to a resort hotel on the edge of Aurora.
I will rescue Aurora and every town that has been invaded and conquered.
Chamberlain met with Trump that day. This day, he did not mention the former president's name, even as he challenged his claims.
It is a narrative that is not validated or backed up by any statistics, any data, any information.
Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman, a Republican who skipped Trump's visit, also failed to mention the former president's name, even as the discussion returned multiple times to the gang and crime.
I'm concerned that if we allow this narrative to stand without challenging it, there indeed would be economic consequences.
Consequences that Kaufman hopes to have thwarted by speaking out.
My hope is that we intervened early enough in this to where it doesn't have lasting economic consequences.
Kaufman acknowledged he's ready for the election and maybe some of the rhetoric to be behind his community.
I'm looking forward to having it over with, and yes, I think the conversation will change.
9 News did not have a chance to ask the police chief if he pushed back on Trump's narrative when he met with him earlier this month. By the time we had a chance to talk with Mayor Kaufman after the town hall, the chief had already left. We are just over a week away from Election Day. Yesterday, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris both spent the day in the battleground state of Michigan. Former President Trump held a rally in Novi, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit, where he was joined on stage by a Muslim community leader. He has gained support among some Muslim Americans who are growing increasingly critical of the Biden administration's handling of the conflict in the Middle East. Trump also made a promise to end the electric vehicle mandate put in place by the Biden administration, which requires 67% of light-duty and 46% of medium-duty vehicles to be electric by the year 2032.
Energy prices, that's car, gasoline, because we're going to end the electric mandate immediately, okay? Immediately. Your energy prices will be cut in half within 12 months from January 20th, which is when we would take over.
Vice President Harris brought out former First Lady Michelle Obama at a rally in Kalamazoo. Harris spoke about her former experience as a district attorney, saying she plans to take Trump down in the next 10 days.
In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds: predators, fraudsters, and repeat offenders. I took them on, and I won. Well, Michigan, in 10 days, it's Donald Trump's turn.
Remember, our team is making it easy for you to get all the information that you need before Election Day. You can text the word VOTE to 303-871-1491, the number on your screen, and we'll text you back a link to our full voter guide.